How to answer why should I hire you in a job interview. I don't know how to do that. No better this hand. My name is Juliana Rabi. I worked for more than 15 years as a recruiter, so I know exactly what companies are looking for when they are interviewing a candidate. And this question, why should I hire you for this position, is a very common one. So instead of leaving the interview room feeling that you didn't nail it, let's just prepare in advance. And most importantly, let's understand what is behind this interview question so you know exactly what you should answer to make the best impression as a candidate. Let's be frank here. Interviewers, recruiters, hiring manager, they need to fill it up a position. So whatever they ask is not to make you feel bad, to put you in one uncomfortable situation. That's not the main goal. The main goal is always there is a position available, they want to fill it up. So please understand that whatever the recruiter asks for, there is a reason for that. And let's understand what is behind this question. The question can appear in different ways. So sometimes the person can ask you, why are you the best candidate for this position? But it can change slightly to, why should I choose you and not the other candidates I'm also interviewing? Or why are you the best option? Why should we give you this chance? So along those lines, anything that is asking why you and not the other candidates will fit in what I have to say in this video. If you like this kind of content, make sure you follow my YouTube channel. Every week I share new tips about career, job interviews, use of LinkedIn, remote works, and everything related to career. So make sure you follow me to receive more valuable content. Now let's go back to the question, how to answer why should I hire you for this position. What does the recruiter want to know really when he asks this question? He wants to see if you, first of all, understand what the position is looking for, if you understand what you're going to do in case you're hired for the position, and if you have the qualification, if you have the skills, if you match the requirements they are looking for. So step one, what I suggest is that you read the job description. The job description is that text that most of the times company post when they post the offer with some details about what we are looking for, the requirements, the person will do this and that. So they describe a bit, normally the company also, but mainly what you are going to do in case you are hired for the position and which are the basic requirements related to studies, 2 years of experience, softwares, and all of that. This is the job description, and the job description is extremely important for you in this process. Make sure you read it at least 3 times. It's not like a super quick glance. No, you need to understand that in details. And also I suggest that you highlight the key ideas, the key requirements, the most important things, ideas that maybe repeat from time to time. So understand, study, take the time to read carefully the job description for the position. After you read the job description 2 or 3 times, you should be able to say in 1 or 2 phrases what exactly the person who is hired for this position will do. So you should be able to summarize, because sometimes job descriptions are very long. So if you really took the time to understand what the position is asking for, you should be able to say in 1 or 2 phrases what you should be doing in case you're hired for this position. And this is the key of the question, because you need to understand what is the problem that the company wants to solve. Every position is solving a problem in the company. If they hire you for a job, they want you to solve a problem. So try to understand by reading the job description and also reading the company's website, following them on LinkedIn, following the content they share, maybe watching videos that someone from the company shared. So put all the pieces together, get all the information you have about the company to help you to understand which is the problem I'm going to solve if I'm hired for this position. This is extremely important. Once you read the job description and understood properly which is the problem you're going to solve if you're hired for the position, it's time to look inside and check in your career, in your background, in your previous jobs, in your studies, if you meet the requirements. I'm assuming you do, otherwise you wouldn't go for the interview, but it's time to go deeper, some layers deeper, and bring real examples that confirm that demonstrate that you actually meet the requirements. So if they're looking for someone that has 10 years of experience as a manager, make sure you mention that. Make sure you say, I have, 12 years experience as a manager. I was leading teams of between 5 and 10 people. I also got promoted from team leader to manager while I was already managing people. So look back into your career and bring real examples that will add value, that will show you as the best candidate ever. But again, to bring the right examples, you need to understand what the company is looking for. So follow the order that I'm telling you. Don't get messy in the process. Read in the job description, understand deeply which is the problem you're going to solve in case you're hired for the position. And then, as the third step, you look back into your career, into your background, and you bring powerful, great examples that confirm that you meet the requirements the company is looking for. That said, you probably realize that there is not one answer that you can prepare in advance and that will fit all the times that you go for a job interview, because every company has a different need, right? Every company has a different problem that you are going to solve if you're hired. Every position is slightly different. So even if you're applying, for example, for 2 different project manager positions, in one company you might be doing something that is slightly different than what you're going to do in the other company. So more than share a formula with you, what I want you to understand is what is behind this question. You need to demonstrate that you meet the requirements for the position and bring the best examples to confirm, to demonstrate that. So there is not one answer that will fit every interview that you do, but if you understand what is behind the question, you will be able to prepare that before the interview. You can do that at home. So when you are preparing one day before, in the morning of the interview, just make sure you take the time to read the job description to understand what they're really looking for in that interview, and share powerful examples that prove that you're the best one. Another interesting thing to mention when answering why should I hire you for this position is to align your career purpose, what you want to do in your career in the next years, with the company's purpose. How do you do that? First, you need to know where the company is going to, right? If you read, for example, that the company is expanding their offices, that they are going remote, that they are going to start operation in another country, whatever they are going to, if that aligns with your career goals, with your plans, with what you want to do, you can mention that. It looks amazing because it's like, I meet the requirements for the position now and I'm going to grow together with the company. Sometimes that's not possible because sometimes you don't know where the company is growing to, which new projects, activities. But if you know it and if it really aligns with your next career goals, make sure you demonstrate that. I had a client, for example, he had a lot of sales international experience, and the company was actually looking for someone with a sales background to expand business in China. He lived in China and he was back in Europe, but he wanted to, in the future go back to live in China and all of that. So he could perfectly align his career goals, career and professional goals, say, look, I have the experience you're looking for. And also I want to move back to China. So work with the Chinese market makes perfect sense to me. So this is a real example. It might suit you, it might not suit you, it might be possible in your case, but just remember that apart from demonstrating that you do have the skill, if you're able to match that with where the company is going and I want to go the same way, it's even better. Another important thing, be confident when you reply to this kind of question. Forget the, oh, maybe, I think that I could be the best candidate. Well, I'm not sure if I am. No. Stop that. Stop that. When you answer this question, why I should hire you for this position, you need to be confident. And that shows in your body language, in the tone of voice and what you say. So be careful with that. And first of all, believe that you are the best candidate, because if you don't believe, what are you doing in this interview, right? So believe that you are the best person for this position and go straight forward. Forget the, I think I am the best candidate. Maybe I am the best candidate. Or even worse, I heard so many times in interview like, well, I'm not sure I'm the best one, but I'm also good. Or, well, maybe I'm not the best one, but if you give me the chance, no. There is no give me the chance. There is no space for hesitation. Go straight to the point and say, I consider I'm the best candidate for this position because of this. My background, my experience, this situation I faced at work, and also in my career plan, I want to do this, which is completely aligned with the company. So be confident, because that will show in your body language. and in what you say.